There are several resources available to you in the MyStatLab software. These can be accessed by clicking on this question help link here. You have items like help me solve this that will step you through the process, view an example that will show you an example of this type of problem. You can go straight to the chapter in the textbook that contains this material. You can also open Statcrunch. Statcrunch is going to be very helpful for this course. We can load this data directly into a Statcrunch sheet by clicking on this little rectangle and clicking Open in Statcrunch. And from here we can work with the data for the problem. For this particular problem, it isn't necessary that we use Statcrunch. We're asked to identify the class width. The class width can be found by looking at the difference between the lower class limits. Here we can see that from 35 to 39 is 4, from 39 to 43 is 4, and on through to each class. So this width will be 4. And then we click check answer. Then the next question is, what are the class midpoints? The class midpoints can be found by finding the average of the class limits. 35 plus 38 would be 73, and half of 73 would be 36 and a half. So the first class midpoint would be 36 and a half, and then each successive class midpoint is going to be 4 units greater than the previous because the class width is 4, and that then will also be consistent for the midpoints. So we can fill in each of these midpoints. The boundaries are found by decimal place significance of the limits. Here it's whole numbers. So our boundaries then will have 0.5 values, and we'll find them by subtracting 0.5 from the first one. So 35 minus 0.5 is 34.5. And then add 0.5 to the upper, so that'll be 38.5. Now, if we do that in the next class, we see that 39.5 minus 0.5 is this 38.5 here that we've already typed in. Now add 0.5 to the 42, and we wind up with 42.5. And then we'll just keep doing this. And what we see that we're doing is making these boundaries actually touch, so that when we graph this particular grouped frequency distribution, we'll be able to mark just one spot for each difference in these classes on the x-axis.